Hello and welcome to the Lake Cumberland District Health Department new series, Teach Me, Love Me, Care for Me. I'm your host, Amy DeCesare. During the course of our program, we will be talking with a family that has a child somewhere in the age range of your child. We'll be getting an inside look at these families' experiences in raising their children, the challenges they face, what they're learning firsthand, and how they will continue to grow and develop as a family. In each segment, we'll provide information which will help you learn more about nutrition, exercise, and nurturing, and what is specifically needed for the overall development of your child for their particular age group. In the 8 to 12-month-old category, we will introduce you to Barrett, Sarah Beth, and Myra. Myra is Barrett and Sarah Beth's first child, and mom, dad, and daughter are all learning from each other. As the days go by in the first 12 months of your child's development, you can see some dramatic changes in all aspects of their lives. Their nutritional needs are certainly no exception. In this section, as we look at the nutritional needs of your baby, pay careful attention to the changes that can happen monthly in this development stage of their lives. In this report from Melinda Osborne, she tells us this is a great time in your baby's development because you can start getting a bit more adventurous with the foods they can experience.
Your baby is growing up before your very eyes and things are changing. At 8 months, you can start weaning your baby away from the breast or bottle and introduce them to the sippy cup. Start by just putting a little breast milk or formula in a cup and offering it to them. As they begin to get used to the cup, they'll consume less breast milk or formula and eat more solid foods. It's a gradual process and will take some time and discipline, but it's recommended that your baby make the transition from the breast or bottle by the time they're 12 months old.
When we started to transition from milk to baby food, she did really well, and then from baby food we started probably around 6 months doing finger foods where she ate small puffs or different things like that with her fingers, and she did really well. She uses both hands really well, picking them up and putting them in her mouth.
Also remember that if you're going to introduce juice to the baby's diet, it should only be given in a cup, never a bottle. This is also a good time to start thinking about the care of your baby's teeth and to develop habits that avoid tooth decay. Here are a few simple rules. Feed only breast milk or formula from a bottle. Don't put a bottle to bed with your baby. Liquid could pull around the teeth and cause them to decay. Never put sweet beverages in a bottle. The sugars in juice and other sweet drinks are used by bacteria in the mouth to produce acids that can cause tooth decay. And finally, don't let your baby carry around and continuously drink from a bottle or sippy cup. Weaning your baby is very important in this stage of their development. It's been shown that children who continue to take a bottle after their first birthday can develop ear infections, tooth decay, excess weight gain, low iron, and poor eating habits.
No, she never goes, there's never a bottle or anything in her bed. When she goes to sleep, she's already asleep. And even when we do transition to just laying down, we use a pacifier instead of a bottle for that. And when she wakes up in the middle of the night, if she wants to eat, she eats, and I get up and feed her, and then I put her back down. No, we don't put her in the bed with a bottle because she can get choked. It's often that she gets choked with me giving her a bottle, and she falls asleep with it in her mouth, and I'm holding her. And it's not she can cough and get herself out of it, but I would hate to know what would happen if I put her to bed with a bottle, and that happened.
Finally, it's time to get adventurous with baby's foods. At around 9 months, you can start introducing finger foods. You'll want to make sure they're small enough to chew and be swallowed without any difficulty, and they should be cooked to the point where they can be mashed easily or cut into small pieces. You'll want to use foods like macaroni or spaghetti, small pieces of toasted bread, dry cereal, and small pieces of soft, ripe, peeled fruit or soft cooked veggies. These foods are great between meal snacks if your baby seems to be hungry before mealtime. When you give your baby finger foods, Make sure they're sitting upright so they won't choke, and never leave the baby alone when they're eating finger foods.
Finally, our experts say don't force your baby to eat. Babies' appetites vary, and avoid candy, colas, jelly, sweets, fried foods, and foods with lots of fats and salt. Avoid them early so your baby can develop healthy eating habits at this early stage. Also, here are some foods that can cause food allergies. Avoid them until after baby's first birthday. These foods are eggs, cheese, milk, fish, soybeans, nuts, and wheat. Avoid peanut butter until after baby's second birthday for a happy, healthier baby. As we have previously said, nutrition is one of the most important building blocks for the development of your baby. And with the right fuel in the tank, that helps build muscle and get your baby their exercise. Stay with us. We'll have more on that when we return.
I feel like that the structure that we do have her in will affect her later on in life, and it will be a good benefit. Working with children every day, I see children who have no structure at all. They don't know, where they're going to be when they go home, and they don't know when they're going to go to bed, and they might not go to bed till they don't go to bed any time, the same time every night. Even when they're not in school, is their only structure. So for her, it's very important. She stays 2 different places through the week with 2 different people, but we have basically the same structure at both of those places. Somewhat different, but for the most part the same. They do the same things with her that I do.
At this stage of your baby's growth, they'll begin to explore. They could be crawling. They could possibly even be holding on and walking around the furniture. Some babies are even walking alone at this stage. So it's good to baby-proof your home before this begins to happen. Now Jackie joins us with more information about some tips for keeping your baby and your home safe.
Let's get started by getting the knickknacks out of baby's reach, and make sure and put safety plugs in your wall sockets. You'll want to have the peace of mind that your baby's safe while they're exploring their surroundings. Give them lots of space to move around. They'll need the exercise to be able to develop normally. And be sure to limit the time that they're spending restrained in car seats and strollers. Your baby really should be active during this stage.
Just because she's beginning to get more mobile, move herself around in an area by herself. Even though we're still working on crawling and doing all those things, she can get where she wants to go by rolling and scooting and reaching. She can reach up and touch, where the plug-ins are on the wall. So it's very important to have things child-proofed, and especially in an area where they can move around, and you might not always be right on top, right there next to them.
And some toys that she used to play with are now too small.
Too small. We've had to take those away.
She can start to get more of that in her mouse bigger,
Yeah.
And so you got to watch that.
Now that baby's becoming more active, you'll need to adjust your exercise time to focus more on movement and developing strength and balance. Hands and knees helps baby develop balance and works the muscles that help them crawl. Reaching on hands and knees is a real balancing aid that forces baby to balance on only 3 points instead of 4. Pulling up to stand may be the most important exercise at this time, since it will develop baby's leg muscles and upright balance while developing baby's ability to begin to take those first steps. These exercises also help to develop baby's brain as their space gets bigger and they need to learn to navigate through their expanding environment.
As your baby exercises and develops all of those needed muscles to gain the overall movement needed to live healthy, happy lives, be proud of your role in their development. When we return, we'll talk about creating a positive learning environment for your child in their overall development. Television has, in many homes, become the babysitter of choice and sometimes even taking the place of interaction with adults. Parents, beware of the impact too much TV, even at this early age of development, can have on your baby. As we continue, Jackie from the Lake Cumberland District Health Department tells us the most important aspect of your child's development is you.
It really is a temptation for parents to use the TV as a distraction for their babies. But studies have shown that watching TV, even programs that are considered educational, are not beneficial in developing a young child's learning skill. The best way for your baby to learn is to spend time with you or siblings playing, reading, and interacting.
We see a need in monitoring the television and the amount of television that she does watch. She really likes TV, and I think most of it's the movement on the television, the light, the coloring, all those things. And she doesn't always watch it, but it does seem to be a pacifier when it's on for her. So, we try to not have her right in front of it all the time. Because she will watch anything. It doesn't matter.
And when she's playing on the floor, a lot of times I'll lay down with her and be sitting right beside her, and we'll talk and go back, play with each other. And so it's not
instead of just
watching, it's just being numb and watching it. We're interacting while we're
because it's very easy for them to get attached.
Now that your baby has become more active, games will be more fun. One game that's great to play at this stage is baby bubbles. While blowing bubbles, show your baby how to chase them and pop them. They'll learn by imitating your actions. Here's another game, Adventures in Reading. This game should actually come pretty naturally. Just put the baby on your lap, take out a book, and show the baby the book and let them turn the pages. As you show them the pictures, point at them and ask simple questions like, can you show mommy the cat? Or the cat says meow, can you say meow like a kitty? This is an excellent opportunity to snuggle with your baby also and reinforce their feelings of security while giving your baby an opportunity to experience books and reading.
She loves books, and we really try to read. I try to read with her every night and at some point in the evening, whatever it is, and she really likes it. She will kind of tell you what books she wants to read even. She has kind of some of her favorite books already, and I have tried to sit down and read a different book, and she will just bypass it, forget that, close it, and look over at the other book that she wants to read.
She likes to turn the pages. You can put one at a time, and she'll take her hand and turn the page. She really likes to do that.
And she does, and she looks at both pages, and she'll wait for you to read it most of the time.
As baby grows, their need for sleep lessens. At this age, they'll need 12 to 14 hours of sleep. Only 3 to 4 hours of that sleep will need to come from naps at this stage. Putting baby to bed at a regular time is also a good idea. Bedtime is always a good time to do a little extra nurturing also. Cuddle a bit, sing to them, and help them relax so that they can get a deep, restful sleep. Baby's first year is the perfect time for you to be a great role model and teach baby healthy habits. Eating healthy foods, exercising regularly, even getting the right amount of sleep is important for both you and your baby. If you start teaching them early, they'll learn healthy habits they'll treasure for the rest of their life, and is the perfect way to respond when they say, "Teach me, love me, care for me." Our thanks to Barrett, Sarah Beth, and Myra for letting us visit them in their home, and our thanks to you for watching the program to learn more about how you can help your baby during this phase of their growth and development. For more information, be sure and refer to all the materials on nutrition, exercise, and nurturing provided in your kit by the Lake Cumberland District Health Department. We'll see you again soon in our next edition of Teach Me, Love Me, Care for Me.